What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about budgeting tips and tricks for master students in the US. So, I received a bunch of comments on my channel, and I've had a bunch of people come up to me in real life as well and ask for a video on just budgeting tips and tricks and ways you can save money when it's your first year here in the US, and things you can do to kind of make sure that you're not overspending, or make sure that you're living within your means when most of the money you have is being sent to you from India. So I've come up with a few points which I think might help, and I'm gonna run them through really quick in this video, so make sure to watch till the end. This is not like rocket science or anything. This is not like some breaking, cutting edge breaking shit that's gonna change the world or whatever, but it's mostly just common stuff that I've observed. And if you're someone who has trouble spending too much, or just has trouble dealing with your expenses, then this might help. So okay, the first thing I'd like to say is that the single most expensive thing in the US that I've seen since I've come here is actually food. And this is kind of surprising to say, because I think that when you think food, you don't think that that's the most expensive thing that you would be spending money on. But in terms of, let's say, the cost of a home cooked meal, lunch or dinner, is $5, right? The same thing, the bare minimum, you'd get that from a restaurant outside. Maybe you bought takeout, or you ordered a burrito somewhere, or tacos from Chipotle or something. You walked in and got them. The minimum you would pay for that is $7 or $8, and that can go up very quickly to 10 or 15 if you ordered a sub from Subway, even 20 if you ordered like biryani or something specific from some restaurant. And it's kind of like, if you like to eat outside, or if you're someone who really likes to eat food or like enjoy food, and you kind of want to like just eat outside frequently, you could spend $100 or $150 on food a week easily. And that's kind of weird if you think about it, because a week's worth of groceries is probably around, I'd say, $50, $60, and here you are spending 100, 150, maybe $200 on just food in a week. And that's not even all the meals in the week. It's just some of the meals in a week when you feel like eating outside. So it can get really expensive really fast. I've had a month where I wasn't cooking food at home at all, and I was just constantly ordering outside, and I spent over $1,000 in that 1 month just for food. $1,000 is a lot of money, and you can pretty much, if you cooked at home, you could pay your rent and your food bills and groceries and stuff with that, more with less than that amount of money. So point here is, don't eat outside much. Just eat when you really want to eat outside, and don't eat outside because like you don't have any food at home, because that stuff can get expensive really easy. Also, delivery like DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever, these apps tend to have a margin. So if something costs $7 to $8 at a store, the same item on DoorDash will cost you like $9 to $10. So that's because the app takes a cut. Not to mention you pay another $3 or $4 for service fees, and then another $2 for a delivery fee. So a lot of the time, the price of what you're ordering becomes double. Like the price of the online order becomes double the price of the actual food itself, which is kind of wild. Um, but yeah, in a nutshell, try to not order out too much if you're struggling with money, and try to cook at home. Um, just Google YouTube videos if you're someone who doesn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to cook when I showed up here in the US, but that's one of the first things you have to pick up when you come here, because you're looking for yourself, and it's a big thing. It's not that hard. Buy your groceries in bulk and just cook throughout the week once or twice. However you like to do it. Another thing I'd like to say is, when people buy groceries, the US supermarkets are so big and so vast from the Indian supermarkets that when you walk into one, you just have this like overwhelming temptation to like try new stuff and to buy something new, right? And often you might spend 10, 20, even $30 trying out stuff which you don't necessarily need to be spending. So it's like you spend $20 trying out this new type of cereal, or you bought a pack of turkey bacon, or something else which you wanted to try out for the first time. And I mean, if you want to try it out once, go ahead. That's not really like a big deal, but it's more of like, if you're buying that stuff every week, be sure that that's really something that you want to buy, and that's something that you're getting value from. Because like stuff expenses from groceries can build up pretty quickly if you don't pay attention to what exactly you're ordering. Fish is expensive, chicken is cheap, pork can be somewhere in the middle, I guess. Steak, that's beef, is expensive if you eat beef, stuff like that. So for the macros that you want, or like for the nutrition or the stuff that you're trying to eat, right, pay attention to what exactly is it that you're buying, right? um like even the brown eggs, white eggs can have slight price differences and stuff like that. So make sure that you buy groceries that you need, and you're not just spending money trying out new groceries, so you don't waste it like that much. And also try and make sure that you use all the groceries you buy. So for example, um, if you bought, let's say, $50 worth of groceries in a week, you should make sure that none of that goes to waste, and none of that expires and has to be thrown out. So for example, a carton of milk, or a stack of bread, or any kind of meat, for example, has gone past its expiration date, things you shouldn't be eating after the expiration date and you have to throw away, it's basically wasted money. And if you're on a budget, you don't really want to be doing that. So estimate exactly how much food you need in a week and order exactly that much amount of food, so you don't throw away any food because it's gone bad, because you're just wasting money if you are. Do remember to keep that in mind, and try and budget accordingly. um, but yeah, food, I think, has to be the biggest thing that I've realized since I've come here. Kind of on the same track, or kind of in the same ballpark, or the same line of thought, is you might have to like go to campus to attend class, or have meetings, or attend seminars, do projects, stuff like that, right? When you're out and about all day in person on campus, it's extremely easy to spend $5 or $6 on a cup of coffee, or spend $8 on a burrito, or $3 on a protein bar and something. And if you're someone who goes on campus every single day, expenses like that can build up pretty quickly. So if you end up spending 15, $20 a day on just food outside, and you go outside like 4, maybe 5 days a week, that's $100 just in snacks. And that's not even like the breakfast and the dinner you have at home. So that's something you want to keep in mind. So if you're going out frequently, or if you're like just out in person all the time, which is a good thing. I encourage you to do that, but you should be preparing snacks and preparing quick, easy, ready to eat meals from home, and then bring them with you to campus. Buy protein bars, buy granola bars. Um, I don't know, make some scrambled eggs, buy meal prep containers, and whatever you're eating at home, just put them in a box and microwave it and bring it with you to campus with the spoon and stuff. Like bring food with you, so that way you don't waste money on food. And so you're kind of covering your bases, and you're not like bleeding money simply because you have nothing to eat and you're hungry, and you're just gonna do something. I don't think spending $5 on a cup of coffee is the end of the world. I really don't. The productivity you might get from drinking a $5 cup of coffee might be worth much more than $5. So I'm not saying don't do that. I'm just saying don't just spend money because you can, and because that stuff will add up really quick. So when it comes to food, prepare your snacks. Meal prep is important. I understand that due to the constraints of time and classes and exams and stuff like that, you might not always have the ability to prep your meals in advance. Sometimes you might stuff uh, order food because you didn't have time, or you might just buy stuff outside because you didn't have anything prepared, which is fine. The other thing I'd like to say is buying stuff. So if you're a student in computer science like me, you might want to buy a monitor, for example. You might want to buy like a really nice mechanical keyboard, or other things that you just want for your setup, but you feel like you can't justify buying those things because you don't have the money, right? You think you're a student, and so you can't buy those things, but you want to buy those things because you're trying really hard to get a job, and then you want to have like a nice, fancy, cool setup because like all the developers have them, and you're kind of like stuck in the middle with like a laptop on your desk, but you want the cool shit, but you don't know how to get it, right? So, quick tip, you can buy electronics and stuff like this really, really cheap on Facebook Marketplace. Just look for deals, look for college seniors who are selling this stuff. Thing is, when people move out, they don't usually take all their stuff with them. So, what this means is, if I'm moving out, for example, and I'm moving to a new city to start a new job or whatever, I'm most likely not gonna take my whole setup with me, like my monitor and desk and stuff. It might be cheaper to sell that stuff here. Like the cost of transporting that stuff to a new city and then setting it up there might be almost equal to the cost of the stuff itself. So it's way easier just to like sell that stuff for like really cheap, and then just move to a new city and like buy the stuff all over again, right? I'd save money doing that. So all the time people get stuck in like these time crunches where like they just have to leave and they just want to sell stuff quick, right? So if you negotiate with these people, you'll get these deals for like pretty cheap. And also, if you know seniors who are moving out, or you have like friends in college who are like your seniors and who want to like sell stuff, you can get pretty good deals on like monitors and like keyboards and other stuff that you want, right? So I highly suggest going down that route. I know quite a few people who got monitors and like really cool keyboards and like other stuff like desks and whatnot, chairs or like whatever, for like really, really cheap, sometimes even free. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. You don't need to go to Amazon and buy the thing firsthand. Um, you're probably gonna get something of almost the same quality. It's just been used for a year. You wouldn't even know if it was used for a year. Probably if the guy didn't even tell you and you opened the box and saw the same thing. Um, So yeah, buy stuff from Facebook Marketplace. You can build the dream setup step by step that you want. You just have to like be a little bit cautious about it. The problem with Facebook Marketplace is that most people choose to have the option to have the buyer meet them somewhere close to their house, or just meet them where they live and pick the thing up, which could be a problem because if you just showed up here, you don't have a car, you don't have transport, and so how are you going to go and take that thing, right? That means either Ubering there and back, or arranging transport yourself, or like figuring that out. So given the context of what exactly it is that you want to buy and how much the transport costs, I suggest you take that risk and figure it out. I mean, if it's super expensive, then don't do it. But if it's like a $10 Uber ride, whereas you're getting something for $100 cheaper than what it was at market price on Amazon, I mean, hell yeah, do it. You're like saving $90, right? So think about it. Check out those deals. Do check the reviews of the person who's selling the stuff on Facebook Marketplace, because that's important. But from what I've seen, most people tend to be trustworthy. Most likely people won't scam you, and the times if something's wrong with the said product, they just kind of like tell you up front. So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm not really gonna sit here and give you all these like tips like use discount coupon codes on Uber Eats because like you want to save money, or like have your friend book a cab for you because you don't have money to book a cab or something like that. Like, I'm sure you know this stuff, and like I don't want to make this video making you feel like your life is sad because you don't have money, because like that's not the case. Do what you want, do what you have to do, but like you have a lot of options, and if you want to take that Uber ride somewhere, you could. If you wanted to buy it or order takeout outside and spend the money, you could. It's just about you don't have money right now, and so what you should do to optimize such that you maximize your savings, or what you can do with your savings. Understand that it's a temporary period, and then once you get an internship or a job, money will come in, and then your life will get better because the stress will lift, or whatever. You won't have to like worry about it that much. But yeah, that's kind of it. I'm not gonna sit here and like give you cringe advice. Do what you want to do. Yeah. I hope to be uploading more frequently soon. I want to take my channel seriously and upload some content. I've been thinking about making some videos on computer science and just software engineering and stuff. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Drop a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of this content and want to see more videos like this in the future. I hope you guys are having a great day. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey, bye for now. Have a great day.